Have you ever looked in your bank account after a quick trip home to the Philippines and realized that 5 years of your savings has gone somewhere and you don't know where? Well, maybe not 5 years, but I have heard some crazy off-the-wall stories from certain people or from many people over the years. The reality of it is, it's the message on WhatsApp, Viber, or any one of those platforms at 3 a.m., the college tuition, it's the uncle's medical bills, hospital bills, somebody's getting married, it's fiesta, somebody unfortunately passed away, so we have to help out. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not about the money. It's the guilt that comes with it because you are making it while others or your family struggles. It's the very, very silent drain in your life and in your family that no one talks about when you guys get together. So today we're going to be going over the family tax and what the real cost is of saying yes to your life and to your family and probably your mental health. So today I'm going to give you the boundary blueprint to stop the bleeding and the hemorrhaging without, hopefully, fingers crossed, losing your family. Because at the end of the day, if you don't, or if you can't, or you don't want to manage this, your move to the Philippines, it's not going to be retirement. It's going to be bankruptcy. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Gil. I've been living in the Philippines probably a total of 6 or 7 years. However, I've been doing business in the Philippines for over 2 decades. Or close to 2 decades. I've been married almost 20 years. I lived in America for the majority of my life. I left the Philippines when I was 3. Currently, I'm a consultant here living in Davao City. So if you're ever in Davao, hit me up. I'm down for some coffee if I have the time. Today, we talk about utang na loob, or like a debt of gratitude. I think in Bisaya, it's like utang kababuton, right? In essence, that type of mentality can either build or break an empire. So I'm not a guru. I'm not trying to sell any courses. Just a regular guy, who loves observing my environment. Hopefully, this particular video or the other sets of videos that I have made are here to help other Fil-Ams or Balikbayans or OFWs with their journey back, or if you're thinking about moving back to the Philippines. So if you are ready to protect your foundation and still be a blessing to your family, hit that subscribe button, hit the like to this video, and more importantly, comment down below on your recommendations for other future video ideas, as well as maybe your experiences in the family tax, how you have dealt with it, or unfortunately, if you love to share some of the losses that you have faced. If you are unfamiliar with the family tax, it is the only tax in the world that is 100% voluntary, but feels 100% mandatory. But wait, I've come to realize that generosity without boundaries is like slow motion self-destruction. If you do not have a system for giving, you're basically an ATM, and when that money runs out, the truth comes out as well. We are building a community of strategic providers. If that's you, please consider subscribing. So I have seen many OFWs, Balikbayans, and Fil-Ams work abroad or live abroad for over 20 years, create a massive savings or ipon in Filipino, and have it disappear in 24 to 36 months. Because many of us did not account for the hero tax. The guy that pays for the 3 weddings, 5 funerals, 3 graduations, every fiesta is a blowout. And more crazy, it's a dozen emergencies that was just poor planning on someone else's part. So I hope you never get there. But the hardest part of rebuilding, especially if you're stuck in the Philippines or you choose to stay in the Philippines, is putting or killing your ego. The ego death of saying no. So I've experienced this. When you stop the family tax, people will always say you have changed. You are kuripot. Kuripot is like stingy. And I've noticed many things, but one thing is the silence of the rebuild is the loudest when the people that you used to fund and help out stop calling or stop reaching out. This is where I believe your faith is tested. And I have asked myself many times, Am I seeking the applause and approval from my family, or the approval of God in being a good steward? So here are the three things that have helped me, and I call this my boundary blueprint. Number one, I call this a giving bucket. You don't give away from your capital. You give a percentage, not all of it. You give a percentage of your surplus. And like I said before, you cannot fill someone else's cup when your cup is empty or not full. So if your cup is empty, the answer is no. Number two, the crisis filter. Is this, and you have to ask this question and be objective as possible, is this a life emergency or a lifestyle emergency? As in, is it medical, or is it a new phone, a new computer, tuition to an expensive school? It could be a graduation. It could be a debut, or like the equivalent of a Sweet 16. So I would love for you to differentiate that. Is this a life emergency, or is it a lifestyle emergency? We fund life. We do not fund lifestyles. Number three, and this is something I do all the time, the direct payment rule. If an emergency does come up, if a need does come up, if you are physically in the Philippines, I need you to eliminate the middleman tax, okay? If it's a hospital bill, pay for it directly. If it's a car note, pay for it directly. If it's an emergency, a pharmaceutical bill, this bill, that bill, this help, that help, pay for it directly. So you know to a good degree, and obviously there's things you can do on the back end from the locals' point of view to kind of finagle that situation. However, do your due diligence, ask the right question, but pay directly. This has probably saved me a boatload of money and headaches, and more importantly, my sanity, to be honest with you. So those are my three very simple things to approach in drawing out a boundary for my life and the people around me. Blood or no blood. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you to be cold-hearted. I am telling you to be a strategic provider. For me, the glory goes to God when I'm able to bless other people, and I'm consistently blessed all the time. However, I have to think very long-term as in how I can help and facilitate any assistance to anyone. Because if I go hard too soon, then I might go broke, and it's going to impact my personal lifestyle, my family, and all those things. Now, yes, it is true. Some people are not going to talk to you. It is what it is. I don't know what to tell you. If they don't want to talk to you for a reason where you are not giving them opportunities, financial opportunities, they might not be the best thing to be around you in the first place. I'm sorry. And that goes down from your parents, unfortunately, all the way down to your siblings, to your friends, your classmates, anyone to everyone that is out there to viciously manipulate and take advantage of you. Now, I have horror stories personally within my family. That's why I might feel this might come off a bit jaded. However, I do know one thing. I'm always consistently asking clarifying questions, and I'm pretty objective when certain decisions have to be made, because at the end of it, unfortunately, I have been burnt enough in my life to realize that not everyone has a best interest for you because of the seat that you are sitting in. Whether that be you're an OFW that did well, or you're an OFW that just is barely making it, but you're just making a bit more than the local people here, which is still a hard climb up. Or if you're even more blessed, you did well in your career, you want to be generous, but you don't want to be taken advantage of, like I said. So with that said, if you like that video, really appreciate it. Like this video and check out this video where I talk about the Philippine nightmare, the financial nightmares that you might face as a Fil-Am and or OFW or Balikbayan or maybe even an expat. Check that video out. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you in the next video. And I look forward to your comments and video ideas. Take care. Bye.